All right, what's good, folks? So, I need to break down this trade real quick so I can put a video in my journal. I'm a day late. I did not take this trade today. I took it yesterday, but it was a fat loss, 915. Brutal. And what makes it worse, bro, is I shouldn't have even took this trade. But nonetheless, break it down real quick. So, my mistake, my number one biggest first mistake was I checked news, but I didn't pay attention to news. So look, and I'm just gonna go through the screenshots, bro. I don't feel like going to TradingView and marking everything up. So here I was really just looking at the times and just trying to make sure that my entry isn't at these times. That's all I took into it. I looked at news for probably 2 seconds. I didn't even read any of it. I don't know why. I think I was just lazy about it, which is not good, but that's just what happened. Uh, Trump was literally speaking, I think, right when I was taking my trade. I don't know what I was thinking, bro. So I didn't pay attention to news. I didn't prioritize it. That was my first mistake. That was my huge mistake right there. Um, which that alone, with just news schedule alone, I mean, if you're looking at this, bro, this should be a no trade day for me. But yeah, I just didn't pay much attention to it. When it comes to technicals, everything was smooth for the most part. I didn't really break any rules or anything like that. Bias was bullish. We've been displacing up for 2 weeks. If we continue to do what we've been doing, this should be a really easy target right here. What's going on? Previous day highs right there, relative equal highs. I mean, not much needs to happen for us to take this out. So I figured that's a pretty reasonable target. And then on the 1 hour time frame, we're retesting this 1 hour gap, taking out sell side, and I figured, look, this looks pretty nice. If I get an entry, I'll take it. What threw me off technically, bro, was I took these screenshots at the same time, these two, and ES was just it wasn't even. It says daily. I don't know why it says daily, but this was a 1 hour gap as well. It was the same gap as NQ. It's not even nowhere near it, but NQ we're just dumping into this gap. So I was a little honestly, I didn't really know what to do in this situation. I was a little stumped, but I kind of saw it as look with this high or this low right here to this low, this is an SMT because I mean ES isn't trying to go down. So I figured, hey, that just adds to my bullish bias, I guess. And then it wasn't the best entry either, bro. So look, I didn't mark it up, but there was a inverse right here. You can see this inverse gap. We inversed it, and then I low-key just market executed right here. I had a bad entry. It was somewhere like up here. But yeah, I pretty much immediately got rocked. And what's crazy is look at my entry. I entered at 9:49. Trump was literally speaking at 9:50, bro. That's what I say when I mean, or that's what I mean when I say I just didn't pay attention to news at all. Uh, so yeah, honestly, I just shouldn't have traded. I made a few other mistakes. Entry was garbage. There were SMTs to the downside that I didn't pay attention to. And I low key just traded on my phone pretty much the whole day. That's why you can see the screenshots or like on the phone because I forgot what happened, bro. But I think I was away from my desk or something happened. I think I woke up late, so that was just not good. I like to be on my computer because I can see things easier. I mean, like perfect example is I missed the SMTs because I was just on my phone. I mean, I could have seen it on my phone, but I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And then what else? Yeah, never looked at news. Oh, and the time frames, bro. Time frames were not in alignment. So this point of interest right here was on the 1 hour time frame. There was I don't have a screenshot of it, but there was I think it was something like this. But there was a 2 minute fair value gap here, a bearish fair value gap that was there, and I kind of knew in the back of my mind, I'm like, I should probably wait for this one at the very least to get inverted because this 1 minute, yeah, it got inversed, but at the same time, we're on a 1 minute time frame with a 1 hour fair value gap, so it's just a very I don't know how to explain it, but it's a very small time frame to be entering off of. Like if it was a 15-minute gap or a 10-minute gap or a 30-minute gap, perfectly fine. But That's a really, really early entry for a 1 hour gap. Had I just been slightly, just a hair more conservative, I would have avoided this loss. So that was it. Pretty bad day, to be honest, but it is what it is. Taking a roll with it. Should have never took it. And then I didn't take any trades today. I almost did. I almost took a trade, but I'm so glad I didn't, because look at all this chop fest, bro. I almost entered off this inverse, but we never did. Whether we inversed this gap or not, which I don't think we did, I just wouldn't have took it. I would have done something like this. I was bearish for the day. I hate this magnet, bro. And yeah, we would have done something like that. But very, very glad I didn't. So that's all I got. We'll see if I get a trade tomorrow. I think Thursdays are pretty decent backtesting days for me. Let me show y'all something, bro. Look at June. I'm backtesting June right now of 2025. Undefeated. Going stupid. It's not always as good. May was actually the worst month of my backtesting. Let me see if I can find it. Isn't there a... Oh, right here. May was damn near break even. So, but dude, June is going crazy, bro. June is going crazy. I don't know what's happening in June, but we're just going stupid. Still undefeated. We'll try to see if we can finish the month undefeated. I'll probably do a backtesting session later. Try to finish out this week. But that is all I have for this video. This was supposed to just only be a trade breakdown. So let me close this video out, and then and yeah, we'll call it a day. You see the account back down to almost break even. So stupid. But yeah, end the video here, and then see you on the next one. Peace.